I hope big things are happening for you in your sewing room. I have got superheroes out here in the quilting studio, so thanks for joining me. And let's go ahead and talk about what's going on right here. Annette made this for a little nephew who loves a couple of things. Obviously, superheroes, and then the back is from Disney's Cars. So a little combination there, a little fun on the front, a little fun on the back. The design that we actually chose is my Circles Meander, just a nice little design to go with both of these. Has kind of a theme that runs with it. You can have imagination to go with those circles. We chose to do it in my Tangerine color of thread, pulling out just a little more of the orange. There's a lot of blue on both the front and the back, and orange and blue are contrasting colors on the color wheel, so they're going to bounce off each other quite nicely. They actually are a good combination in many options. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. I wanted to show you that with the front of the quilt is directional. All of our superheroes are facing the same way. The back of the quilt is the cars, and it turns out to also be directional. Now, it didn't have to be. They could have chosen to put the cars in any meandering fashion. She needs to have herself a new bobbin. Let's hang on to that for just a minute. But instead, they put them all going up the same way. So because of that, the back being directional and the front being directional, I need to be sure and run them the same way. Now, the design I'm putting on, being the Circles Meander, is not directional, so that isn't a factor. You might see that, whoa, I've got the selvage over here on this side. Why would I do that? I don't normally run the selvage on the side. I had to make some choices. One is that the backing actually has been pieced both ways. She actually has it pieced. Let's pull this up so we can take a little gander at the underside of the quilt here. In fact, we're going to go ahead and take off this little quilt clip because we have to replace the bobbin anyway. And you can see the backing has been pieced right here. So now I have vertical piecing and I have a selvage. Those are things I don't normally do. But at the same time, she's also pieced it right here. So I also have a horizontal piecing. And this section of the quilt back actually goes the other way. This is the way that she could work it out. It's the best piece of fabric she had left over. She just had to attach it and off it had to go. So it is what it is. It's a child's quilt. He's going to love it no matter what. So I've made a couple of decisions. I chose to use this as the horizontal seam and run the other side over here. Even though the selvage is there, it's going to work out. I also measured it so that this first seam on the front would end up about equal to the seam on the back right here, just to kind of put a little continuity. What I didn't want to do is start the quilt so that it ended up with just a little tiny piece of this other section going the other way. I don't like that. I don't want the back to look like it was an accident. I want it to look like you incorporated it. You meant to do it. So I'm putting about 8 inches of the backing going horizontal into it, so when you turn over the quilt, it looks like it was meant to be that way. It was intentional. So when I'm over here at the quilting studio, I'm going to be watching for the selvage. I'm going to be watching for your backing seams. I'm going to be watching for directional of the front and the back and the quilt design I'm putting on it. Lots of factors I have to take into consideration over here at the quilting studio. Thank you for trusting me with your beautiful quilts. I take great pride in them. I strive to exceed all expectations. I like to treat them like I would my own and make a lot of decisions that are going to help you achieve the greatest quilt you can. Have yourself an amazing day. I'm going to give her a new bobbin and we're going to keep on going.